We're live. Thank you, Magic YouTube window. It is Sunday, 2:23 in the PM in the Fairburg of Ogden in the village of Utah in the states that are united. Wow. Sunday, nothing going on. I got some color theory ideas. Decided let's just go live. I think it'll be fun. Could be fun. Well, I'm gonna have fun. You choose your own level of involvement. I'm a big fan of choose your own adventure books. You're on page 22. Go to page 45. You hold your finger there. You read it. Oh no, I'm gonna die. You go back. Choose a different one. I'm one of those guys that has actually gone through all of the choose your own adventures, and it's just like seems like 80% of these end up in my death. Well, such is life. So, anyway, we're here. Ain't nothing else going on. Nerd Chase just popped off his vending live. I got to hide 37 people today. The trolls be trolling. Kazune, bless you and keep you, man. Praise be on this mighty day of moderation. And hey, man, your account's only 2 weeks old. Brings you to YouTube. Asking a lot of questions. It threw the trolls off. It was amazing. The lesson of that little story is that a lot of people are going to try to yuck your yum or intentionally try to piss you off. The important part is to operate with a touch of empathy and throw them completely off their game. Much like a comedian will do. You throw them off their game. You ask them a couple questions. A couple people they just want to watch the world burn. They'll spam it out. But a couple of those other people, probably 13-year-olds, whatever. It's like, hey man, my parents paid for my internet too. It was great. But you throw in a little engagement. What brings you here? Your mom. Cool, you're 13. Boom, you're gone. It's amazing how that works. A lot of people are a little bit shorter with that. I understand, especially if you got like a couple hundred people doing that stuff and you're just in a sea alone. But yeah, it was a little bit of fun. Didn't give any energy away to them. Like, idiots. Why are they here? Who cares? They're here. Don't waste that energy on them. Make them waste their energy on you. And then you just smile and go boop, boop. And they're gone from history. Oh, you will be missed. I will remember you. Right? All right. Back to the task at hand. And kiddos, for coffee and contemplation, I have coffee this time. It's left over from about an hour ago, but it's still good. Yeah, I get fancy with it. Life's all about the little things. So it's really kind of important to enjoy those little things because one little thing leads to another little thing, and a bunch of little things get together, and then it's kind of a medium thing, and a bunch of medium things get together, and it's a bigger thing. It's like it's an art. It's like what I yammer about is kind of all interconnected and related. It's not just art or this. It's kind of that broad whole picture. It's one of those fun, delightful things. Weird things have happened since I went live on Friday. Y'all made me feel better about life. I got pumped. I caught some episodes of Bob Ross. Felt a little bit better about that juxtaposition between yellow ochre and a red. Like I keep wanting to go pink in the middle. And I think I've got a pretty good idea of how I can get there. But Sweet Man Bobby, dude, threw up some permanent red, blended that sucker in there, rolled on about it. And he was even like, "Oh man, we'd love to spend an hour on this. We had to." The Friday live went 3.5 hours, so I kind of wanted to do this as a thing to fill time beforehand, but I also liked all the interaction. So your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to leave a comment of your preferred streaming times. What are some gaps in your viewing time when you're just sitting around? God, I wish somebody was doing something. And let me know what those times are. And we'll talk painting, we'll talk Pokemon, we'll talk magic, we'll talk parks, politics, God, religion. No topic too taboo. You know, just be creative and open and listening. Not quick to judgment, not quick to, as I find myself doing from time to time, being very condescending. Like, yes, I have the answers. I have no answers. I have answers for me. And I have answers for me that I don't even follow. So if you're looking for a hypocrite, I'm your guy. If you're looking for a holier than thou guy, I might be your guy. I don't want to be that guy, but I don't know. I'm here. I'm here to entertain you. Let's do a quick fit check. That's right. The wife took me off the shelf, dusted me off, said, "Go paint something, sweetie." So yeah, here we are. So while I wait for people to check their Discord and stuff, weird thing about Friday is it feels like if I don't post anything on Discord, people will show up. If I do post things on Discord, no one shows up. So answers, yay! It'll be kind of fun. I think I'm going to take this time to pick my nose on camera. The schnoz for the cause. Yeah, I have a sinus impingement here. I have a sinus impingement over here. And then I got these two little guys that just love to turn on and off. So, Jen, I feel you. I hear you. I see you. It would be nice to breathe. Am I right? So let's take you off of off power. We'll spin you around. Wee. We'll talk about this little guy. This is one of my favorite guys. This is why it's right front in front of me. So in high school, I found it. This is artist Tom Massey. Massey. Get the finger in there. Massey. Yeah, here we go. Here's the information, which you probably can't see. Field of Dreams, 1993. Studio B Inc. P.O. Box, Ohio. And there's a phone number. This is amazing. So if we zoom out and we angle it, and we angle it, and we zoom out, we angle it. Okay. We have just what is known as a nice farm scene. Now, those in the know are kind of like, hey man, that doesn't look like corn. Well, for this, insert your own little thing here. But the thing this artist did is, yeah, he's got a human guy in here. He's got this sweet little butterfly. I don't know if you notice this little guy. He's got a little monster in here. And there's a little fairy right here. Let me get in zoom enough to show it. There are words inside the butterflies. Go out to the trees. We got faces. We go out to the leaves. Well, there's something evocative going on over there. Wait a minute. This isn't Sunday friendly. Those are leaves. What are we doing, man? Oh no. So it's kind of fun. No matter where you look or where you go on this painting, there are a lot. Look, there's this sad kid. He's just a sad little guy, just holding down, just being like, you know what, man? It's a long day. I'm just gonna hunker down here, and that guy's gonna be okay eventually. That's the trick. Now, if we come over here, we can see some more subtle details. There's a little white rabbit right there. Hopefully, you can pinch, zoom, and enhance. Where's the high five guy? High five guy, where you at? Oh man, now here I am just staring at a painting going, I swear to God, he's here. High five guy. He's right there, his big old fist hand, like, yo, bro, got you. Do. And over the years, I've forgotten where things are. And over time, I did know where everything was. Like, we got dude back here doing some things. We got people doing here. We got Horthy. Ebony Unicorn, I haven't forgot about you. I'm still practicing. You're one of those cool people. I want to make sure that we get it right. Are you the high five guy? No. Searching, scanning, pivoting for little pixie fairy things. Come on, high five guy. When we find you, it's going to be sweet. If I go like this, you can see how my neck sees. Saw that the other day on a rewatch. Come on, high five guy. Got another one here. Oh, we got another one here. Oh, Cheshire Cat. Hey, there's a gal right next to the monster. How about that? Well, I'll tell you what, guys. I'll find the high five guy in a different time. Unless I can do it really quickly. I mean, it's like a big old... Oh my God, he was standing right there the whole fucking time. Come on down. Zoom in. Little high five guy. He's right out there reaching out his palm high. Yeah, found him. All right. So yeah, that's my zen, that's my meditation, that's my place to do things. Makes it kind of fun. You get out of your head for a little bit, and then it doesn't cost you nothing. You don't have to worry about this, that, or the other. It's just using your own time for what you want to do it for. And in this time of busy, hurry, hustle, 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 traditionalism, got to buy a house, got to be married by this point, got to have the 7 kids, gotta. You ain't got to do a goddamn thing unless you want to do it. Okay. There are no wrong answers in life. Well, okay, there are wrong answers. Okay. You you can 3 of them probably just pop right in your head. All right. Generally speaking, nice, generous, empathetic people that understand that being alone really fucking sucks, and you just want to be part of the group, or you want to find those things that actually matter to you. Usually, insert your own uniquely common scenario here. Me as a late bloomer, I lost my virginity because of a movie called 40-Year-Old Virgin. And I was like, I ain't going out like that, man. And then didn't meet the wife, didn't have any serious, lots of relationships, lots of other things, but nothing really clicked until I was 32. According to life standards, I should have already graduated college. I should have already had 2 kids. I should have been divorced 3 times. I should have lost like several fortunes. Should have moved back in with my parents 4 or 5 times. Shoulda, shoulda, shoulda. I didn't do any of those. I joined up for the military. I got out. I desperate in instruction and discipline, got back in, got out again. And then it was like, okay, what do I do with eternity? And then things just kind of rolled and happened. And it was kind of great. Dusty, man, appreciate you coming in, Dusty. But yeah, anyway, all that being said, no wrong answers in life unless you're a scumbag, piece of shit. You want to hurt people, not cool. But otherwise, traditionalism is fun when it's necessary, but you can also make your own traditions. Tradition, right? You can do what you need to do with that kind of stuff, and roll on. Uh, don't be too high, don't be too low. Try to stay in the middle as much as you possibly can, and then recognize that if you're in the middle too often, that yeah, I need to go up, or I should go down a little low. Maybe I should think about this. It's an anniversary. I lost a pet, lost a friend, lost a family member, lost my childhood collection, lost all of these memories, and like so much, like tears and so much rain. They're all gone, and eventually it will be gone. Hopefully, we can live on in eternity, as Hollywood would like us to believe. But there we go. There's your Sunday sermon. What do you say we paint? A little more coffee, because I'm definitely not amped up enough for this. All right, let me get you to position. Phone charge, you shall be charged. We're just going to call you charged. Okay, we're going to flip this around. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, yeah. I got to practice yodeling if I'm going to do the Raising Arizona thing. But all praise be unto Saint Cage of Nicholas, patron of trivia and drunken frivolity, and or whatever you want in there. Kind of fun. Okay, so previously on Bob Ross That Swears, I went with color, flow, and feel. This is a time and a place that I often go back to. I often repeat similar steps because they work. And the longer I'm away, what are we, 2008, 2016, 18 years ago, I was a high school graduate ago, about certain feelings and thoughts. And we're still going to finish this on Tuesday. I just kind of wanted to show it up because if you were here on the second live on Friday, because the first live, man, oh man, I needed a nap. I needed you guys. It was very interesting, so to speak. And then magic started happening because of you guys. So once again, my appreciation comes from the fact that yeah, why not? So on Tuesday we're going to come in and we'll add in some more little green little guys here. We'll really sharpen this out. We'll take all of these dark roughy layers that I fingerprinted in. We'll give them the highlight that they deserve. We'll add in some splashy things up here. We'll probably make this rock bigger. We'll do this. We'll add in the beach. We'll finish up these rocks. We'll do some other sandy beach, uh, wispy sand duney kind of things. Kind of want to come back in and fix this trough a little bit more. Some of these waves kind of. And when I was watching the rewatch, I felt like back here needed to be way darker. Just a little too much back here, a little too much back here. Kind of takes away from the shine here. Now, the reason I wanted to paint today is because, like I said, I feel like I found a reason for me to change who I used to be. A reason to start over new. And the reason is because I watched a bunch of stuff and I grabbed a color wheel and then I figured it all out. And now here we are because I want to practice it and make sure it's real. If not, maybe I can learn some more bars. Okay. Uh Man, I was supposed to sing the Ramones and I'd sing everything else. I'd sing I Will Remember You. There's something freeing about just belting it out. Yeah, it's nerve-wracking. Oh, I can never in public. If you're not really causing a lot of physical discomfort, or read the room. Read the room when you're doing it. Little private joke amongst your friends. We're not in school anymore. We can pass notes. We can belt out a song for whatever reason, just because it pops in our head and nervous tick, whatever. Do you enjoy yourself? That's the important part here. We don't get a lot more time. We tend to live most of our thought process in the past. Oh, I shoulda, coulda, woulda, I could have done this. And we also have our doom scrolling future bullshit going on because very few of us, including myself, can ever actually write our own happy story. There's a lot of people saying, dream big, have those goals and everything else. That's kind of that future stuff. But hey man, right here, right now, right here, right now, top of the world. I should look at the lyrics. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to redo this again. Now, Friday, I also painted this. I signed it, so it's done. There are rules and limitations that you should set for yourself based on what your habits are, what your addictions are, because habits eventually become addictions, and anything, breathing, yoga, anything can become an addiction. Addictive personalities, oh, it's good. I want to keep doing it. It's kind of innate, right? So there is no fault in it. What you have to do is really just think about what the hell you're doing and why you're doing it. Especially when you're feeling good, man, it's hard to do that. So, it's easy to do that when you're down in the pits. So, again, got to find that regulatory balance. Now, a lot of people are like, oh man, that's great. Well, first off, I did try to go lefty with the shadows because I am a lefty. The sky came out pretty good. I could have done some other things with the clouds here, but hey, they're clouding. So, you can't really complain about that. The reason I want to paint this over is because this up is okay, but over here and over here, not so much. A lot of clumping. Like this guy, pretty okay. Pretty okay. But then kind of light here, kind of bright here, real bright here. And then what happens down here, basically I just wanted to finish a painting on Alive because I hadn't done it for a while. I was stuck in this goal. The goal ultimately is to do two paintings, a painting an hour, two paintings in one live on a Tuesday and a Thursday. That's the goal. That's the mission. And eventually I'll get there. But right now I'm tight. I want to do it so bad. So bad. But it's just not happening because one, I have my mom was a school teacher for 40 years. I was almost a school teacher. Things happened, went a different way. It's fine. But some of that stuff is just built into me. And then over time, jobs requirements and things, being an academic advisor for veteran affairs also helped with that, where it's just like, I'm not gatekeeping any information. I'm not trying to be holier than thou. I'm just like, hey man, this was my personal experience that I went through. This is how I passed college math after 6 semesters in a row. It's like, holy goodness. There's these little tips and tricks that you learn along the way that get you through. And man, oh man, don't you wish somebody would have told you at the start, yo, sweetie, this is all you really need to do. Here's the door. Let me show you the door. Let me describe it. Let me help you along with some steps up the way and everything else. Rafa, we are at Rafa philosophies here. We are philosophizing. Why not just show the steps along the way? Whether they use them or not doesn't really matter. The fact is, you were decent enough to be like, hey man, I really wish somebody like me was here to help me at this time. Could have saved myself a lot of effort, maybe a lot of disillusionment, maybe could have prevented somebody from quitting. Whether or not they continue to use that college degree or not, whatever happens, that's not my responsibility anymore. My responsibility was to show the door and get the steps going on here. Rafa, you don't look good in gray. I need you as oh, you can manage the best. You now have more power than most other mods in here. So modship basically means nobody interrupts the show, including myself. So if I'm long-winded, let me know. If I'm about to do something stupid, let me know. You're basically modding me. That's not how YouTube modding works. So all of that to say, I'm not happy with this. I can't go back and fix it. So what we're going to do, we're going to paint over it. I mean, canvas is only $3. I've got an extra 3 here. I could probably do it, but I've been talking about repainting over something. Don't repaint? Whew. That's not good. That's not good at all. Coffee and contemplation while we do this, kiddos. Or smoke something or whatever. So basically, let me get out the palette. It's all clean. It's a dude. Oh yeah. You legitimately get me in the feels every time. Between Ebony's chat, Kev the Pokeghost chat. Every time anybody actually puts an exclamation Tyler command into Streamlabs, I get a little weird about it. I shouldn't. I'm like, hey man, they just want to help celebrate you. Okay, cool. But I'm like, yeah, but why me? Why not me is the thing I should be saying. So yeah, I genuinely kind of get a little teared up, a little choky. Every time somebody like that does something cool for me unprompted, I'm just like, widow me. So what we are going to do is now remember this painting. We are going to aim for a different sky, but whereas this took me an hour and a half, I'm hoping maybe, given the time, that about 3:15 ish. So start the clock if you're so inclined, Rafa. We'll see if we can't get to sky. Remember, kiddos, let's get out the pointer and dunk things and be startled and shake on camera. Oh no, he's human. And he has to eat poop and everything else. Okay, now remember, dead center. Boring. Boring as hell, John Ford. But down here, interesting. And up here is interesting. Now, I am planning on doing one where I actually do kind of mid-interesting. Because one, if I go down here, then it's just sky. That's going to take forever. And if I go up here, I could go up here. We do a little tiny blue sky here. Then we have like a mountain ripping down this way. And then we got a little trail. And we got more mountain and everything else. Do that side glacier tip. Important thing is when you're doing art, kiddos, inspiration. As Tenacious D said, you can't just manufacture the inspirato. Sometimes it comes from your heart. Sometimes it comes from your head. Sometimes it's soul. Sometimes the feeling a friend gives you, or sometimes you're just looking at pretty shit on Instagram or a Google search or an art book or TV show or whatever it is. Sometimes you got to manufacture the inspirato. So however you want to do it, whenever you want to do it, and all of those fun things. Shia LaBeouf, don't beat the shit out of people and go to jail, but do it, right? Okay, let me put the pointer back. So for this one, we are going to use a quarter brush. Let me get you down here. We've got our titanium vat. We're towards the end, so we're going to do the right thing here, and we're going to squeeze from the bottom. Squeeze from the bottom. So we have a bright white center. That's a good chunk. Uh, we maintain paint control, kiddos, because if you don't maintain paint control, all of a sudden you're gonna have some black on you, and you're gonna touch this and go, and then you're gonna wreck your painting, and then you've got a happy accident you got to fix. And so, are you aiming for landscape? Okay, Rafa, I had a very interesting conversation about that thing. Now, for me, so when Kevin Pokey Ghost was talking with Pokey Girl Jessie, who's an amazing, they're both amazing artists in their own right. I asked the question of, do you like the small canvas? Because I believe Kev said he likes the small canvas and he likes what I do on the big canvas, but he's kind of afraid or intimidated by it. Here's the funny part. I'm the opposite side of Kevin. Big ass canvas, I'm good. I get a little daunted when it's like 6, 8 feet, and then you got to use you got to use that big old barn burner brush, and you're just brushing and brushing and brushing and brushing, and you need like a gallon of paint. That to me feels intimidating. But on the other side of that, painting on a little card with tiny little lines and tiny little brushes and all those sweet little details, that that's a little scary for me. I'm like, ah. On top of that, Pokemon. So now I can trace anything. And if you trace long enough, then you become a drawer. No matter what you do in life, practice, repetition, get your 10,000 hours in for your sports metaphor, that sort of a thing. It's all there. Um, but yeah, eventually, I guess I would love, since I'm most of the people that I poach from other streams are pokey people, I should probably do some pokey stuff. There's a lot of fun backgrounds and stuff. I found some cool cave paintings on Instagram. Uh, I should pull it up, but fire. Oh yeah, oh yeah, Rafa. That your statement there of let's just read it out live for the class at home. Fire versus water, and some singed tree branches behind the characters. See, now when I read that out loud like that, instantly in my brain, I got Airbender season one, Azuki the Fire Lord kind of a thing going on. So, I don't know, man. I guess I could try. I do elephants and I'm working on horses and stuff, but I mostly like to do shadow form, just like this little guy here. Just the illusion, the generalized shape. You can't really see the ear, but he's got a tail. There's an M bird, very simple silhouetted stuff. Just because my brain can see that stuff, I just want it to turn out so well that no matter what I do, I can't get past it. Everything is just it's gotta be perfect. First time, it's cool. It's all hard and rigid and everything else, and it's just exhausting. So let us get you to your home. Move our brush bath over there. Also, I was going to grab a little thing of water on the side that I don't put brushes in because I realized, especially on that where the eye is, I really needed to water down some of the acrylic. And I didn't have the water, didn't have all the tools. So we're not going to worry about that now. What we're going to do is we are going to bring you down. We are going to nicely just stab and tap, stab and tap, stab and tap. And we're going to come over here and we're going to shock and brutalize. Oh, okay. Mount Hood and a blizzard. Yeah. I've been to Rainier. I've been to McKinley, whatever mountain calls you want to do it. In my younger days, I had a real good buddy. Love that stuff. Dragged me along. I didn't really care to do it. That's my problem in life. I don't care to do anything. Like if the good Lord would have, or she would have blessed me up above with any sort of inclination of what the hell to do in life, I think I would be a lot happier. But I'm ambivalent, so there's a problem. Okay, so middle is about here, middle. So let's just go off to the side a little bit. We're gonna angle it so you can see it. We're just gonna paint on over it. I learned a lot that I need to practice some more trees and some more thingies. And eventually I'll get there. But that's the whole point of this project is that actually I found out it wasn't 5 years that I had a hiatus from art. It was in fact 8 years. So 8 years of rust, except for the last, this is painting number 13. Right? Yeah, little happy trees, little happy things. If you need them to be happy, that's cool. If you need them to be angry, cool. Uh, Whatever you need your art to be, it can be. And if you can't figure it out, you need to ask somebody, you need to read something. We got to do something. Now, I'm going to repaint over most of this sky because we are using yellows and yellow ochres. These are white is called opaque. If you want to get fancy about it, it's opaque, meaning you can't really see through it a lot, especially if it's layered up. Other colors are translucent, yellows, certain ones. You put them on a black background, it still looks black. But then you throw the white on it, that color will shine bright. So with that, this is a really dark painting. I was in a dark mood. One of my favorite colors is Prussian blue. My three favorite: Prussian blue, alizarin crimson, and yellow ochre. Those three colors are just fantastic for me. They do a lot of work. They blend well. They're dark. They're light. They're in between. They're an off color, but they're yet pleasing to the eye. It's nice. But maybe we won't cover all this up. Maybe we will leave a little bit. We'll leave a little bit to shine through and remind us. And we'll see what happens, because yes, I was. Yeah, the little minifigs and everything else were really dope, dude. Plus, I was also in Kev the Pokey Ghost, where I saw your beautiful tins that I totally wasn't jealous about maybe trying to acquire one in the future. Your your art is quite amazing, Rafa. I can appreciate the tiny details that you do on the back of that tin. In fact, I think you can see my little Gengar tin right there. There, right there. Yeah, got that from PokeJack. It was like one of the first things I ever bought in the space, and it was pretty cool. And seeing what you did on the back of that, it was like, okay, that's rad, man. A little pokey picnic, frolic in a mountain meadow kind of thing. It's pretty cool. Uh, well, I mean, you seem like one of those guys that always stays hungry, and you're just like, let's try this, let's do this. And I am kind of envious of that. I want to. My goals are slightly different. I just want to paint like I used to, but unlike what happened to me when I used to paint, I don't want a shitty commission just to wreck everything. Just to fucking like you don't know what you want, but you need me to paint it so you can see what you want. I'm like, and you're not paying for that time. And I felt like a Xerox copy of things, and it was just like, oh God. And I just fucking walked away. I just said, here's your money back. I still have the black canvas that I prepped and started for it. We're going to work our way up to that one. We're going to overcome some fears. But today, we ain't even worried about that today. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. Ho. I want to be sedated. So give me an wheelchair. Get me to the show. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Haven't much to go. Oh, 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 oh. Bam, bam, ba, bam, ba, bam, bam, ba, bam. I want to be sedated. Right? Well, I mean, see, now I'm in a position of privilege. I recognize that. I could say some shit on its face, and someone can come rolling in here into chat and be like, but what about this and that? What did you think about my feelings? I don't know, dude. We never even fucking met. So I'm pretty sure I'm not going to care about your feelings until I at least know your name, who you are, what you're about, how's your mother, kind of a thing. Like, I want to be sensitive to it, but also in the same token, remember, you're not the fucking center of the universe. No one is. It may feel like it. People might lend you to do that, but they really shouldn't. And you shouldn't expect that out of people either.
You should give people the benefit of the doubt that their heart was in the right place, jerk, and not come in here with that mess. But understanding privilege, meaning that I don't have to worry about where my rent's coming from. I know where my next meal is coming from. I have stress. I have worries, but financial things aren't one of them. So long as Kazune doesn't use his force powers on me, and then I piss it all away chasing some dumb card for somebody else. It's dumb to me, but it's important to them. So yeah, you don't necessarily want to chase commissions and do the Pinterest thing and the Etsy thing. And I have a shop, and here's this, and there's prints, and you get postcards, and here's stickers, here's this, and I vend. Uh, Holy shit, you've turned your hobby into a job. No wonder you're fucking burnt. You got to find the balance. As Thanos said, balance in all things. And, get high, get low, but try to stay medium. That's the real trick. Yeah. And they should also understand that what you're doing is kind of a gift as well. It's a treat. I need the treat now. Well, I'm not in the fucking mood, man. I don't want to just treat you with something, and I don't want to Xerox something either. A little bit of patience, a little bit of understanding. These things go a long way, right? I often tell people, and I mean it when I say it, I fucking mean it. I do not rush excellence. You're doing excellent things. Keep on doing it. If you can think of me in a certain way, and then that kind of spurns it up, or not out of a place of guilt, or, oh man, this guy keeps doing cool shit, or whatever the fuck the answer is. All good things in all good time. There we go. Keep it simple, Mr. Philosophy Man. All good things in all good time. And if you want to be a dick about it, be gone. Go be a dick somewhere else. And if you're all alone and you're wondering, oh man, what's going on? Why does nobody want to hang out? Or everybody's ducking my calls, or they're ghosting me? Take a Michael Jackson song, Man in the Mirror. I'm trying to make a change like a man in the mirror. Hey, Sinistar, I hope your sleepless 1 hour work shift is going well. Hopefully it is at least financially conducive on a Sunday. My experience in the strip tending world has always been, I just busted my ass for 8 hours for $50. And yeah, sometimes that could work, sometimes that's not. But you seem like kind of feller that would actually, probably walk away with $100 if there's about 10 people. All right. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways, right? Fucking dope shit, dude. Power of music. I try to intertwine music as much as I can into it, right? But the old brain here just doesn't want to always remember shit at the right time. That's where a lot of the problems I'm having with trying to create a playlist for this. Now, I think I did figure it out pretty well with the TV in the other room with the door open. And then just letting it YouTube play on the shit that I always do. So then you get your Guy Pies, you get your Proletter. It's another good one. And these are just fun independent artists. New Variable. I love a lot of New Variable stuff, but my problem is a lot of the shit that I've been watching is Michael Jackson was your Jesus. I have statements for that one, but hey, we're not going to talk about it. We'll meet at the docks at midnight, Sinistar. We'll talk about all that shit and more. And Mo. Okay. Still got a little white here, so let's just keep on going. Just keep on loving you. Now, there's going to be an interesting thing here because the mountains are still kind of here. So let's just see what happens with it. It's been a while since it's been a while since I painted over a canvas. It's been a while. Oh, why is it powerful? Alice, bless you and keep you for being here. I was asked to do, okay, let's read for the class. Yes, that happened to me. I understand you. I was asked to do a commission gift, and the person wanted it to be free because it was a birthday gift. Oh man, yeah, yeah. The demands. We'll just do it for free. Fuck you, my time, the paint, the canvas. Like hmm, you're you're a wise person about to make magic by erasing and retracing. Yeah, we were talking about that. Me and my wife were talking about. We were watching Kev the Pokey Ghost, and I was like, well, I'll never tell anybody this. And look, here I am on live telling all of you guys. It's an interesting thing when you take an already existing property. So the fine line between mimicry, homage, copying, and ultimately, um, there was another buzzword that I used the other day. It's escaping me, but you could trace a Pikachu on here, and then I could paint it different colors or something, and that seems kind of cool. But a one for one trace feels kind of, I don't know. But maybe as I'm learning, if I kept tracing it, eventually I would know the lines, I'd have the confidence, and then I could sit here and draw it out. And then, or I could just print out the goddamn thing at FedEx for like $3. Here's a whole page of them using Canva, print them out, cut them out, and then just lacquer paste them onto here. Is that any better? Is that any cooler? Like, yeah, everybody's asking for everything, and it's just like, yo, man, dude, you will find that I am one of those folks that is generous to a fault. I've always been that way. I'm just like, well, I don't know. Fuck it. Let me do some cool deed and nothing can happen out of it. Or maybe something can. Usually something usually does. Well, hey man, thank you. You see him a couple weeks later. Reciprocity and all that fun shit. Okay. We're about halfway there. We're almost Bon Jovi, but I want to go just a little bit lower. Just a little bit lower. Right? Make your own style. See, now that's the thing though. So if you start off tracing and then you develop up to drawing and everything else, and does it really take away from it? Because um, if you yourself are manufacturing it, now we get into this magical discussion of digital art versus live art, I guess what we'll call it for this conversation. So for the first time ever, about 2 weeks ago, a buddy had a Apple tablet, the little scroller pen, and I whittled out something like this: one color, one brush, just, and it was very freeing and fun because then I can go delete, 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 repeat, 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 all of these things. Now the magic question I often ask myself is, to what end? So with this end, it's like, well, yeah, I can hang it up on my wall, I can give it to somebody, I can put it in a closet, forget about it. I can destroy it and never share it with the universe. I have options here now. Digitally is fun because then it's like, well, okay, I can post it to social media, I can put a watermark on it. I could do uh, video collections. I could have it up for my shop. I could do. But if you want to make that digital guy real, you got to go somewhere and print it. So then there's that little question there: is it art? Because does it really exist in the universe if it's not printed out? And then vice versa, it's like, well, is this really digital if I take a photo of it and or a high res scan or like get 15 lights in here and like photo it? And then I can sell the photos, I can sell the prints, I can do all of that where I can replicate it. Digital, I can replicate it all the time, all the time. The original is right there, no problem. So there, I guess it really does come down to what do you want to do and to what end? You want to pay your bills and not work a day in your life? Well, that's not going to happen because then you're going to be painting all the time, all the time. I do what I want to do. I like to be inspired. Give me a challenge, and I just want to blow people's minds and their expectations. I'm adding some things here. And here comes Sinistar. Sinistar, you're still my hero because my mother-in-law, who I just call mom, is still freaked out by you. It's like, I don't know. I don't know about that Sinistar guy. It's like, it's my daughter's husband. He needs to be respectful. I'm like, Mom, 10 years in the military. Trust me. That's tame. That's light. That's easygoing. But yeah, guys, feel free to chime in where you need. As Ebony Unicorn wisely says, get in where you fit in. Chime in here. Coverage isn't great, or you shouldn't have done that at all, or what have you. Uh, Help me by stopping me, especially some of you more seasoners out there, Rafa, Alice, looking in your general direction. Bro, do not put purple on there. Don't do it. It's too dark. It's too dark, man. And maybe help save me or suggest, hey, bro, start with pink and do this. Or, hey, bro, make your own pink. Grab a little ultramarine, grab a little red, grab a little white, grab maybe a little yellow ochre, spin that around, see what kind of pink you got. Or maybe I'm mixing a color and I tell you what it is, and then I run out of the paint and it's like, yo, bro, it was this, and this. You did it like a little dibber here, a dibber there. So you really are. But, hey, mom's got to toughen the fuck up too. It's like, hey, mom, this isn't you. And it's not like my birth mother or anything else. It's just, mom likes to fuck and smoke a lot. So I'm like, all right, ain't nobody trying to mess with you, mom. This is my chat. We're doing it. But at the same time, I don't want anybody to clutch pearls going, oh my God. But at the same time, if you're also in that way, I might just tell you to go fuck yourself and keep packing. I don't know. It's one of those things where it's a fine detail. Decorum and read the room. This is my room. This is my room that I share with my wife. So technically it's her room and she just lets me do what I want. But that's neither here nor there and gets off to a different topic as a trophy husband, that is. All right. We're just about there. I'm going to soak up the rest of this white paint here. And then we're going to actually get into today's what we're doing, which is we're going to try to redo that sky a little cleaner with some better results overall. Now, as you can clearly see here, we have our shadows of our mountains still here. And then we've got this nice little blue cloudy background. So, I mean, if we wanted to do that, we could definitely do that. More blue. I'm just waiting until the day because Tyler blew my back out. Well, I mean, I do know tattoo artists, so get me a gun and I'll just do a nice little blue circle out your back. Oh, that's lame. Right? That's kind of one of the things I wanted was companionship in life. All right, coffee and contemplation time, guys. Well, coffee's gone. We've contemplated, we've philosophized, we've done the things. Alice, thank you. I'm not sure if you saw it, but because you popped into chat, I am first on Friday for that second live. Yeah, thank you for telling me to stay the course because I really got to do something fun here, and I got to feel it out. I got to feel it, and that was pretty cool. So we're gonna try to do another thing like this, but a little bit better, a little bit cleaner. Of course, if I really wanted to replicate it, I would have not used this canvas, but I mean, just looking at this tree and stuff, I'm like, no, my pity painting is right up there. Oh God, right up there. It's fun. It's okay. There we go. I mean, it's okay. This guy over here is one of my first oil paintings. God, 2010. So yeah, about 18 years old again. So it's just kind of one of those things. And the sky is more purple than I liked. It was interesting, but it was one of my second completed paintings ever. Let's get you back into your home, position you up. No, Rafa, I am right smack dab in the middle in the heart of Utah. UTAH, Utah. Sinistar's fingers got away from him on that one. So we are going to start off with, you guessed it, sports fans, CP Cadmium Yellow Light. Aziz Light. So let's just get a little dabber yellow out here. All right, and we're basically back to Front Street on this. I'm going to take the same dirty brush, little dab of yellow, same dirty brush. We're gonna barn brush this sucker. I don't want to get detailed. I don't want to do that. This is a color experiment. And we're just gonna try this out, man. Right, Alice? Similar things. Lost, stolen, taken from me. It's one of those things where it's just I try not to be sad about it or anything else, but it fucking hurts losing stuff like that. Um, one of these days, I will pull out my. One of the few things I do still have is my poster of birthday cards. So anytime anybody's ever sent me a birthday card, I've had it on this poster. And yeah, I could show you what I was like when I was 8 years old, having my birthday party at the Chuck E. Cheese that was new at the time because I was born in 1981. So this is one of those things. And we're getting a little green on the edges, but whatever. Like whatever, dude. Okay, we used enough yellow. Let's go into yellow ochre. So to start bip in and bip out, man, I'll probably be here for a hot minute. I've just got the feeling that I just want to play with some paint with my friends. Leave it all for what feels like might be eternity. So once again, we've got yellow ochre, same dirty brush, tap and play, tap and play. Now, if I would already had this paint set out, I could probably do this a little better because my idea is that I will then paint with the darker red and then use the yellow ochre as a highlight. That way, the secondary color will blend into the third color, maybe out to the fourth color. So this bright beaming bulb will just keep going out. That's the idea that I have in my head. That's why we clicked live, and we're just going to try to go for it. We're just going to see if I'm right, if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm using the wrong medium. Maybe my timing and my planning needs to be better. Maybe I can sit here and ruminate and go, oh my God, forever and evers. Or maybe I could put it on paint and get some fucking answers. Isn't that nice when life gives you answers? That's real nice. It's going to be my brandly new. Okay, Rafa, you just keep getting down with your bad self, brother. When it happens, love to see it. If I could see it during the thing, that's cool too. I'm ambivalent with that kind of stuff. I'm here to smile and cry with you, man, depending on how you feel. That goes for almost everybody. Rafa is special, but you're all special in your own ways. All right. And just to be clear, I'm the specialist. That sounds like I'm fancy. Using this big old brush here, we're just laying in some color, just trying to figure this out. Leaving some dark spots. Try to get accustomed to how much paint I'm using per thing. That way I can get better at that. The whole goal of this whole thing is just to get better. And it takes a crazy man to want to do this in front of people. Live and direct, One of those things. How are we looking here? The little guy right here. Okay. A wee little guy up here. Just kind of dances across there. A little bit more up here. And using a 1-inch brush, we're getting some fine detail results. I'm not gonna complain too hard about that. It's gonna be kind of fun. Oh yeah, Rafa. I didn't know if you were in a Magic the Gathering or not. That was kind of my game of choice in my age group. So anytime you want to maybe collab or talk about Magic and stuff, man, I'm your Huckleberry there. I was trying to identify the set, and I was like, is that Adventures in the Forgotten Realms? The spider that turned into a Spidops? Plus, the way the foiling was, it felt like you added the foiling on that one too. And your foiling choices were just amazing. Really just brought it all out, sparkled it together. I do not doubt your commitment to sparkle motion, Rafa. Okay, we're just going to continue to go out here. That way I have some buffer zones. Maybe I want to pull the color back. I don't want to be as tight. We're just trying different things on the canvas, man. I got to talk enough that the white out underneath got to blend out. So now we're just trying. Blue, purple, pink. Alice, you're onto something there. There is something magical about the contrasting complementary nature of that color selection that just instantly, every time I think of it, just kind of, ooh, ah. Is it a mid afternoon? Is it a late evening? Is it an early morning? What time is it? What are we doing? Where are we at? And that's just three colors, man. So that's very dope. Um, I try not to get too much into favorites because my brain works in terms of success. How successful was it? And my success is it's also a relative term. Success. Some people will be like, "Why are you even doing this, man?" There's maybe like six people in chat. You get like 28 views. Hey, bitch, I wasn't doing any views just a month ago. What do I care? My goals are different. I'm not here for monetary gain. I'm not here for clout. I'm not here for famousness. Or I'm just here, man. Devil come what may, baby. If you need all that, more power to you. But why are you projecting your bullshit on me? I don't need that. All right. More to painting, less to philosophizing. But I love all blue colors. I can't make up my mind which is my favorite blue. I always change it. House. Might I suggest? Yes. Okay. The Prussian blue hue starts off dark, fades out really easy into a light, dreamy, not quite phthalo blue. For me personally, I love the fact that technically speaking, I can get three tones out of this one color. And then if I layer it on and I do some other things, it's kind of amazing. But that's just me. But I can also agree with you that blue is just fun. It's a fun color. People are like, "Oh, blue, you must be depressed." It's like, no, blue is great, man. That was a one take thing, Alex. I thought about doing more chalk drawings, but I've been creating cards for my tins. Oh, okay. Raphael, now when you say chalk, do you mean actual chalk or are we talking like um, oil pastel, charcoal? What kind of chalk we talking, bro? Because me, I love, love the oil pastels. The control that I get, the tactile, visceral experience that I get when I press paint in. Now this is undone, and Ebony Unicorn called for this one. Right? Start off with a little gray, a little smushy, a little down the way, a little start here, little finish. The ability to plug and play into it, control, very similar to how I do my style here. But my personal favorite, the thing that makes my soul soar, is just finger painting, advanced finger painting, if you will, with oil pastels, and it's really fun. Okay, I'll check out your channel, brother. But yeah, if you start doing things with Alice, because I burned through about 10 Alice's videos and I told myself, hey, slow the hell down, man. You do this all the time. Why not go slow with somebody and just watch it, let it soak in, think about it, you know? And then when you do have some ideas and questions and things, you start watching some more. Maybe they get answered, maybe they don't. Maybe you talk to them, right? Thank you, Alice. So this isn't even my preferred medium. This is just something big and easy and bright, and I could show it to you. Some of the techniques are the same, but the applications are different. Some of the applications are the same, but the techniques are different. It's all this jumbled up mess of goodness, and you just got to think about it. Amazon chalk, and I painted a tabletop with chalkboard paint. Ooh, okay. Made it an instant canvas. Oh, dude, nice. All right, we might have to start stalking Rafa and his channel. I'm definitely always gonna, I was already going to do it, but okay. Now we're going straight into alizarin crimson. Okay, and we're going to try it out. We're going to do the same little pattern that we did where we're leaving ridges and fun little things. Let me show you. Let me show you. Just did it with the 1-inch brush. Just came in. It's not as sharp right there as it should be. Maybe that's a little weird or wonk or whatever. I don't know. We're just going to make it do. We're just going to make it do, baby. And, hopefully you guys find this entertaining. And like I said, if you do me the super favor, tell me the time that would be great to go live. Where's the hole in your schedule? because it feels like Friday night was random, but yet a lot of people were here because nothing was on in the Poke world. Tonight feels the same kind of way, even though the magnificent, the illustrious Poke Jack is going on at 8, and I'm sure some other people are probably already on, but I'm like, you didn't schedule it out, bro. Huh? Huh? The charcoal wants me to have to try that. Yeah, do what it do. Yeah, okay. Alice, I'm just going to go with your answer then. We'll go back to my original stated philosophy of you do not need to like, you do not need to subscribe. I have no need or goals or ambition to become monetized. I don't need 157,000 subscribers. That feels like about 125,000 more headaches than I really care for. You don't even need comments. I just need a couple people to pop in a chat and start chiming in. Throw me song. I don't choose your own adventure. There we go. Choose your own adventure. Gone live at midnight, right? Yeah. So thank you, Alice. Once again, I appreciate you because I have to remind myself the goals. And I was like, well, one of my goals was if I paint something, I got to go live because then I'm going to show you guys, and you're like, oh, how'd you do it? What's up? What's up? Anyway, let's just quit jibber jabbering. Let's get in here. Now, I might want to try to do some dry brushing. So I think I'm going to start off here at this outer edge and really get that paint out of the brush, and then come in here for a nice little dry brush action. That feels like maybe it might work out a little better in my opinion. Start off outside and then just really work the paint out. And maybe I'll get that little blendy result that I want. It's also fun to talk to Kev about his experience for painting to his eye or painting to this eye here. You're painting to camera or you're painting for yourself, so that way later on when somebody sees it, it'll be there. No wrong or right answers, but I feel like it might lead to better results for me. Where are we at with our gradation there? Sort of better, very kind of dark in tone though. But like I said, maybe we go a little darker up here. We leave this little gap. We wisp it that way and this way. We just try to figure it out. Remember, I looked in the books. We just see, man. It's very hard to get something out of your brain and onto something, whether it be writing, art, what have you. But when it does happen, go hoo wee, is it ever so good. All right, now as I see this color blending down, I am seeing the yellow ochre pop through a little more. So maybe dry brush is the answer. But I kind of don't like dry brushing because to do it, you have to apply the paint and you gotta wipe it off with a towel. So maybe you guys know that there's some more things. Pokey Lawyer Dave, you're on vacation, bitch. I did steal your photos that you posted the other day, and I am going to paint that sky, sir, from your hotel loft. I'm so talented, Dave, because people like you inspire me. So I'm just a reflection of your talent, buddy. No, I'm talented because I've been retired since I was 32. So what was that? 2012. I've been retired since I was 2012. So I'm stuck with the question of what to do with eternity. And I was lonely, and I needed a girl that I didn't want to have to pay the money to get the sex with. That's right. I refer to it as the sex. And best way is with a guy that doesn't have a body or a face or well, my beard was actually pretty good back then, but I just had a beard. A beard and a personality could take you a long way, but then if you could do some shit like this, it's pretty good. I swear to God, Dave, if you bring Pokevault in here like you did Hollow Hunters, I'm gonna move up to the Pacific Northwest. We're gonna embrace polygamy. It's on, baby. It's on. But please don't do that. I can't handle more of my hero. You're hero enough for me, baby. But we are just trying and practicing, Dave, as you all well know. Practice does make perfect. If you're going before a judge or something else like that, you're sure as hell not going to. Dude, Dave, did you hear the Supreme Court hearings about the mail-in ballots in Mississippi? I got to find out this dog shit attorney's name. He's in front of the Supreme Court going, oh my God, this guy whiffed. Biggest, grandest stage for a lawyer. This dude whiffed, right? He clearly did not have answers or anything else. And then Gorsuch, he made Gorsuch look good, bro. Like, feel how you will about the Supreme Court and the politics and everything else. But Neil Gorsuch, yeah, it was Gorsuch, is like, you cannot change my hypothetical, sir. And it was just kind of like, hey, man, this is how voting should be. And we're trying to figure out laws and practicalities and stuff. It was nuts. All right, loving the work. Hey, Dave, you keep doing the good work too, brother. Bip in at your leisure. And rewatch is always a thing. Tell your friends. And probably in the next 2 weeks, I'll start painting your painting, the Goonies, Oregon thing that we talked about, or maybe something different, something Texas. I don't know. We did talk about great many things, so it would be kind of fun. Sorry, guys, to gush. Let's go back and see who the hell else is here. Who's randomly kept right? The randomness is always fun. Yeah. If you put a Charizard in that sky, look down at the scared Empoleon. Hey, Rafa, anytime you want, brother, what I can do, and this was another thing, Daniel Domeno, DanielDomeno Arts on YouTube. He painted CTR, the giant Dittoverse, and he's doing an even bigger version of that one. I got a deal with him where I'm working up to do oils. I'm going to paint just a bunch of 2 paintings connected together, just a beautiful bitchin' landscape, and then I'm going to send it off to him, and then he's going to plug in. He's going to plug in the Pokemon. So if you want that same deal, brother, I'm down. Tell me the landscape that you want me to play with. I'll paint it up. We'll do 2, one for me, one for you, and then yeah, you just plug in the Pokemon throughout there, and then we send them back, and they'll be twins that will never be together again unless we plan it and then we do it. So, we'll just see how it goes. But if you're down for that, that's an open-ended offer to anybody, man. I'll paint you something, ship it off. You put Pokemon or your twist or flavor to it, and we just kind of see what happens. And I figure I'd pay for shipping up front. That way you pay for shipping back, but then you have all the materials and you don't have to worry about it. And then it kind of works out pretty good. Now, my layering here has got me a little concerned. Okay, mostly up here. Like, it felt kind of cool to do that, but we got a little bit more red here. Let's just make this dark. Let's just fill that sucker in. Some nice underhandy things that are just going up way at the top of our vision. We'll just do it this way. Man, guys, everybody, man, today, starting with Dusty, kicked off. I wasn't expecting a single soul to be in here. Here you are. You're still here, meaning I'm probably entertaining somewhat, or you guys are taking notes going, cool, I'll never do that again. What do I need here? It's feeling like I need something here. And the reason I want to kind of be somewhat thoughtful in this little color exercise is because I want to establish the steps so that way I can replicate them. Now, here's the fun part about art is if you learn the rules, you learn them so well, you get them ingrained, you got them, you can recite them. Give me page number 36, paragraph 2, line 3, go. Like that level of memorization and dedication to it, then you can learn to break the rules. Let's try this, and we can do this, and then you're comfortable, and it keeps working and everything else. I need just a little guy right here. Come on, paint. So hopefully that made sense. So yeah, what I'm trying to do is establish some order, some procedures, something that in my mind I can replicate again. And I can feel comfortable about it. And I'm like, yeah. Is it the proper technique? No. Is it the way to do it? No. Is it the most successful way? Possibly not. Does it work for me? Yes. Does it make me feel good? Yes. Does it make me feel like a success? Yes. That is 3 powerful yeses. That's a go. That's a go. That's an Arrival painting. Like Arrival is in Charlie Sheen '90s movie. Okay, let's see. Nope, that's dry. Let us get our CP cadmium yellow light. Now, okay, we're in the danger zone, kiddos. It's feeling good. I'm excited. We got cool people in chat. We got cool people bipping in. It's important. I try not to waste everybody's time. I don't want a lot of dead air. Tulipy, right? I battle back and forth. So three primary. Okay, coffee and contemplation time is what I was getting to, kiddos. So that way I can just lean back, lean back, and do good habits on YouTube and everything else. Now, guys, down below here, we're not worried about it. What we're worried about here is the sky going up to the sky, 3 a.m. Feeling lit, feeling right. Hopefully, you guys get the joke of the lyrics. Let's just bring this in for the real thing. Position, Aziz, position. We'll go right up here like this. Okay. We're only worried about here up. And in fact, right now, what we're worried about is right here. Because I struggled the shit out of this one, right? I wanted to do more of a blendy kind of a thing. And it feels like I got some of that up here. So now the next goal is to possibly take this yellow ochre that I used back here and actually bring out more of these details on these reds. And hopefully, if I'm successful, if I'm right, what we'll have is a really warm, inviting painting with depth and understanding. And if you were here at the start, my cool little remembrance painting that I stare at, where I can see the overall picture, I can glide in and do the micro, the macro, the in between, just really achieve that Zen like state and do it. So let us initiate our infamous coffee and contemplation time. We are going to go till the 40th on the hour because time zones are a thing and I don't want to sit here and figure it out for you. So look down at your watches. We got 5 minutes. Indulge as you see fit. Keep on chatting and we're just going to do it. Very warm. Gives it a very warm, beautiful vibe. Peaceful and elegant. Ooh, that's high praise. Tropical, calming, neutral. Thanks. We're going to finish up that other one that I showed you on Tuesday. But I just wanted to, as opposed to monkeying with that other painting more, because I dumped 3.5 hours into it. And it's like, if I dump another hour into it, I feel pretty good about it. As an artist, I'm never going to feel great about anything yet, but I'm going to get there. I'm going to try to be like, you know what? It is pretty good. This is pretty darn good for just fussing around, right? You can remind those looking up that they're afraid, or you can make the ground dwellers oblivious. Those trees, though. Yeah, I used to pride myself on my trees, especially my waves, too. But I find myself committing the sin of too much excitement. And like down here, you need these little dark guys. They give you that depth and that shallow spot. Maybe there's a little rabbit hole right here and he's hiding or something. If you got to make a story for it, do it. But then all of a sudden, it's just like it gets good and then you just cover it all up. It's gone. Similar to the waves. So, like I said, rather than messing with something I just want to get to completed, so that way I have the muscle memory of completing it, then I can begin to change the flavor and the flow. And we get a little more happy with it. Yeah. Right. Okay. Tulipy. I have been interested in that. Now, have you done any clear coating after you're all done? Do you match the gloss and the shine of the original Pokemon or the original art? Do you do anything to combine it together? Because a lot of the times, the ones, and in no way is this a knock on anyone doing anything. It's just a question I have in my mind. They'll shine the card, and the original art is just super glossy, fresh, minty, but then their paint is somewhat matted and muted. And some people paint on the foil. And so they want the foil. So sometimes the clear coat can really mess with the foil. So have you done anything with that? Right? You just want to leave it alone. It is what it is. It's the intrinsic nature of it. Okay. I could definitely dig that. right? You respect the original form, complementing it with your own art. Am I saying it correctly? Am I expressing your feelings via chat into verbal nature? Oh, dude, Final Fantasy 7. Yeah, I know what you're or 5, 6, 7. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Rafa, I'm old enough that I played the original. Oh, thanks, Tulipi. I appreciate you sharing. That was a question I did have. I was like, is this a guys, you could really do anything and you could spin a story any goddamn way you want. Oh, I planned it this way. Oh no, it was an accident. And then I just kept flowing with it. It doesn't have to be true, it doesn't have to be real, doesn't matter. If you feel good about it and somebody else can feel something about it, success, lowered expectations. But back to Rafa. So I played the original Final Fantasy, the 8-bit one on the Super Nintendo. I loved that game, man. And the newer ones, like even past Final Fantasy 3, like Final Fantasy 2 was awesome for the no, 3 was for the Super Nintendo. And you get the airship. Dun 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 dun. Loved it, right? And then it went away from that more into the open world. I kind of fell out of it. And then Final Fantasy, The Spirits Within came out, and I was like, oh no. Oh no, the Lord's gotten away from me, man. Where's Garland? But when I was a kid playing Final Fantasy, I had to get the Nintendo Power and got the maps and the layouts because me and my bro, it took us 6 months to beat the game. And then fast forward, so that would have been circa 1988. Fast forward to about 2009, and I'm working in the army and I've got to stay up for 24 hours. So I download the emulator. I beat that game in 9 hours flat. I still had everything memorized. I didn't know I did, but I was like, oh, I need to go here and I need to go here. I need to go down here. I need to go to the Elk King. I got to go up here to get the flute. I got to go over here to get the canoe. Now that I have the canoe and the flute, now I can go get the power sword. Now that I get the power sword, I can defeat the other guy. Oh, it was beautiful, man. Just, it's fun. So if you love those things, that's always great. But for me, the emotional attachment isn't there. So the excitement and the quickness, it's like, okay, I can talk about it a little bit, but it's not really all that great. Okay. Sometimes I do paint over the card if I have duplicates, and I also don't care. But most of the time, I don't. Hey, man, that's a good philosophy. I try not to erase mistakes. I like to live in them a little bit too much, probably, and it is kind of fun. Good goodness, there are 4 people in here. Okay. Hey, hey, man, we got a show. Okay. So I used to do bar entertainment around here in the Fairburg of Utah. Bar bingo, bar trivia, um, karaoke. I mean, you name the event, I was hosting it. It was fun. Open mics. For about 9 years, I did all of this. Trivia was kind of my favorite. I love to write it. I love to bring up movies and quotes and songs and relate it to things and like, oh man, I know that song. I don't know what it's called, but I know the movie it's in. And then I start going, well, for example, if I went, Scotty doesn't know that Fiona and me do it in our van every Sunday. She tells him she's at church, but she doesn't go. Still, she's on her knees, and Scotty doesn't know. Now, you might not know the actual band name. You probably know that the song title is called Scotty Doesn't Know, but you definitely know that's from Eurotrip. And it's like, cool, you get a point for Eurotrip. I love doing stuff like that. We're messing with the emotions. Like, oh, you think it's this, but it's really this. That caught up with me last night at Ebity's thing, but it was kind of fun. And most of my paintings are 50% mistakes, and I just kind of roll with it. Yeah, embracing it is what it is definitely one of those fun things where it's just like, well, it's not going to get any better, and I just want to finish. I'm in that way with that other one I showed you, the really pinky one. Hey, points to Tulipy with Illustrious Song. Am I saying your username right, Tulipy? Or are you too lippy? Or toi lipa? If you want to get all French Canadian about it. I don't know. My brain goes French. I blame Beetlejuice animated thing is the deal. Joe. All right. We got Joe. We got government names going here. Government. All right. We're a little bit over time on coffee and contemplation, but we got into some things between Rafa and Joe here. right? I don't even want to bring up my old user tag, man. My AOL name. I started in 1995, guys. If you think you got regret, you have no idea what regret is starting off with the whole world. So let us restore things. Let's get a little goodness in us. It's good to keep it in. Okay, we're keeping it in. Obi-Wan cannoli. That's actually kind of it's kind of rad, dude. I was George Woodstock. Yeah, because 1995. Guess what happened the year before? Woodstock '94, celebration of her 25 years, and then they wrecked it all by 1999. You know what I'm saying? Time is incredibly funny. Now let's make sure I didn't muck up this dirty ass brush, because the dude's a lazy man. Now, okay, here's my ultimate thing. Why I call myself a lazy guy is I'm highly productive. I'll put foot to ass for anybody. And I get a little tight and tense when people aren't reciprocating in the same way. It's one of my little work problems that I have. But I'm a lazy man. I will do whatever it takes to go back to doing nothing. And by nothing, I mean just sitting on the couch, enjoying time with somebody, zoning out on the TV for 18 to 12 hours, whatever. Whatever. I want to go back to options, basically. And so that's where the Bob Ross style and techniques come in, because then I'm not up here sketching and shit. I can feel the color, I can feel shapes, I can look at it and go, ooh, let's just get this little guy out here in front and let this guy fade out in the back a little bit, and we'll just kind of see what happens, you know? Nothing wrong with sitting back and seeing what happens. All right, guard your ears. I got to clear the schnoz. Right in the schnoz, Marv. Okay. We are back to our yellow ochre, and thanks to the lovely Mrs. Dude, I actually have more yellow ochre than I should. Old 5 year old paint. We kept it dry. We kept it out of the light. I shook it up. We we still good, baby. It's great. So we're just gonna get out a little bit of this, and I feel like dry brushing might be the way to go. Another idea would be to here. Let me get you down here. So we just restored our puddle of paint. Now maybe I sprinkle in some water and thin this mix down, giving it that more translucent thing. And then that way, with the water and the paint being watered down, maybe I get that dry brush feeling, but without having to waste the paint. It's I gotta do a Pokemon painting sometime, bro. Yeah, I'm not sure if you heard Titan Tense. Oh, Rafa, why would you say tights? Now I have to do Robin Hood Men in Tights. Tight tights. Roaming around the forest looking for fights. Association is a hell of a drug, guys. Um, Joe, it's not exactly my wheelhouse. I don't like, I have Pokemon cards and stuff, bro. I got a whole shelf full of it. Got a big stack of cards here-ish. There we go. There we go. Dip down. There we go. Here-ish all set up, tins, packs. I mostly collect the Pokey People. I like the Ghastly IR from Temporal, but what I see, um, that style of art is not for me. The structure, the discipline. Now I have this other painting where I have to get the fuck over that, because the nice lady wanted a lighthouse in it. So let's just get you going here. This is something else we'll be finishing on Tuesday, hopefully, or at least continuing on. I wanted to practice the C. That's why we got the other one. So that way I can come into here. But basically what's going to end up happening is a big old landmass is going to come here and be above ground, everything else. And this is going to come down into a knife cliff face. So basically here's the land. Then we'll have another thing here. And then right here on the corner, this big bastard right here is going to live a lighthouse. Straight lines. I got to be delicate about it. And then I got to think about what's the texture on the outside, because it can't just be black, because there'll be green details down here because this is Essex. No, these are actually just things that nice people in my little universe, I just wanted to gift them something. I mean, if you want to send money my way, we can talk. Send me a Discord message, a direct Discord message, and we could talk, man. Mostly it comes down to whether or not you live in the States or not, and what shipping is going to cost, because I sent out 3 paintings at about $100 per. the bubble wrap, the boxes, and the postage. It was just like, forget about it. Forget about it. Makes it a little tough. Thanks, man. Thanks, Joe. I appreciate it. I would, but I'm also an artist, my friend. Yeah, yeah, dude. Hey, man. If you could support other people, support other people. If not, get out that artistic itch and what you want done instead of having somebody else do it, man. Just do it yourself. And then other people will see that and they'll feel the same way. And maybe they have some extra money. All right, we've got our little Irby fully loaded brush. Maybe because some of the paint's on there, maybe we'll get some good results. Let's just work out to a back down here so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, we're just going in like this. We're chiseling out and we're pulling to a nice crisp point. A nice crisp point. Well, we got crisp points, but normally on other ones you can see it. So let us start. I don't know. I feel like we should start here. Let's put some paint on there. Let's come out here. You know what I need to do? I need to have a dry brush ready because the secret to most clouds is they wisp away. So while it's still dry, I'm going to go over literally dry brushing this. We're going to go over it like that. Feels a little dark, but we ain't going to know what we've got with one. We got to do a bunch. Maybe, just maybe, this can work out. No, we're covering it up. We're covering it up. We definitely need less paint. Yeah, now we're just re-spilling it back over. So let's just make sure, because we're going to have to redo the red anyway. But hey, we learned that if we manipulate the red a little bit better, I think we can have some good results. But maybe just a different technique, less amount of paint on there. Just put that down there like that. Maybe we can get what's trapped in my head out on the canvas. And maybe that can help you get things out of your head and onto something. Ooh, yeah, that dry brush though really does work wonders on brightening this up. Just a nice wash of it. Nice ruche. We get a little darker and we press a little more. And of course my ham hock's in the way. Let's see here. Or did we just make mustard? Let's bring it in for the real thing for you. Bring it up close. Right? This is kind of satisfying. And this looks a lot brighter, more washed out in person. But as I'm looking at it, Aziz light, shadow, right? But then down here, it feels like this got away from me. This is matching too much to this. Of course, I'm asking you questions and the like button. Rafa, that's too much. You don't have to do that here. Where's your Streamlabs, bro? It's off of a MacBook 18, man. I ain't doing none of that shit. But hey, let's just take some of this paint. We still got it on the palette. Let's try something else out here. Let's just see if I could press it like this out here on its edge. Get that extra paint off. Let's just see if I can go underneath. Give it a little sparkle. And what that's going to do. We'll just be very choice and deliberate on how we're mushing and mashing. We're not going to look at the camera. We're going to keep our eye on the prize and see. Ooh. Okay. Somehow we did make this sparkle. Now in person, it doesn't look a lot. All right, hold on. I'm in 2-inch land. I need to take a step up. Streamlabs be treating you like a redhead. Redheads are fire. All right, let's just get it this way so you can look at it while I look at it too. But let me actually step back like 2 to 3 feet and actually get a live feel for this. Yeah, man. Now, I definitely applied too much down here. We definitely wanted more of a soft silhouette going on here. So let me grab a little bit of the red, the alizarin crimson. These are all acrylic based paints, guys. If I did not make that absolutely 1,000% clear, I apologize. But yeah, acrylic, fast drying, water based, get it on your hands, whatever. Very easy, very forgiving, but it gives you the element of if you don't use me quickly enough, I will fucking dry. And then you don't get to use me. So, uh, Joe, Instagram page is same name, Tyler E. Hall. My profile picture is of the Big Lebowski, and that's where my art archive is. And if you need to contact me, reach me out through that way. That's cool. You can do that as well. And yeah, definitely added too much. Yep. But this is the fun part about learning with an audience is you get to laugh at your mistakes. A lot of people take offense to that. Their ego gets in the way. And I'm like, government took all that shit when they let me go. So let's see if I can rescue it. Now, let's try that same thing that we tried up here where it was like, okay, we load up our brush, we get a nice, healthy coat of it, but we come down here, we just press out the majority of the paint, right? But then we come up here, nice and neat. We just try to dull that down. Now, I think we could dance and play back and forth here a lot, layer after layer, and just keep on working it. That's definitely too much. Once again, that that's your problem with it. It's got too much paint on it. All right. Red is one of those fun colors where it can jump out at you and get dangerous. Dangerous. It's paint. Well, dangerous business putting paint on your brush, Frodo. Frodo, what is this? Hollow Hunters? Wish, man. I didn't get their product in, so they're just having to wait till Tuesday's stream. And once again, not to be totally hypocritical, we just gotta bitch and moan when they don't do the thing, and then ultimately we're like, oh my god, yay, you're back. Never leave again, ever. Yep, too much. We're too much painting here. Perhaps maybe some more research and introspection about dry brushing techniques with acrylics, because mixing medium styles and everything else is always going to lead to muddled results. There's this poor bastard on YouTube that's like, I did watch the first 100 episodes of Bob Ross, and I painted every one of them. And this poor bastard, man, was painting with acrylic. And so he was following Bob, and Bob puts linseed oil on here, which is basically super water when it comes to acrylic. So it's basically just going to soak up the paint and laugh at you as you try to spread it across. You know what I'm saying? And he was doing techniques and stuff, half oil, half acrylic. And it's just like, oh man, brother, appreciate you. I love you so much. But no, you're not listening. You're not hearing what it is. And it was more of, I've never painted before, dude. And it's like, yeah, I get it. But if you're struggling with results, there's that old saying, only the crazy people can, repeating the same thing is the true meaning of insanity. Insert that quote here, kind of a thing. Jelly, what's up, buddy? Sorry I missed you at Nerd Chases. I slept in. It was great. But then fun action things happened and we were there. So what am I doing here? What do I need to fix? Yeah, we're going to go back up here. We're just going to dabble back in some red. Little swoopy actions. We're just going to give that illusion of depth and sweepiness. But back to the repeating mistakes being insane. Yeah, if you're only doing the same thing over and over and over again, you're not asking any questions, you're not looking up any books, you're not doing shit, you're just doing the same thing, yes, that is insane. But if you're actively trying to learn it, you're like, cool, let me talk to some people. What does this feel? How did you feel about this? What's with that? That sort of a thing. That is when you're going to find new friends and new results, greater successes. Insert Queens, we are the champions here type of deal. We'll just go from there. How are we feeling there? Okay, see, now we've run into another problem. I've got the light up here and the dark down here, but it should be, if I look, yeah, the light should be coming this way. It should be coming from underneath. So, yeah, I definitely want to get rid of this, or at least mute it down and do some other fun things with it. Just let it kind of play up in there, get some shapes. Okay, okay, that's feeling a little better. Yep, just coming in here like this. Just gonna keep on trying not to use too much paint. Deo Dumo's paint. But we also want to leave some of these shapes, man. They just kind of jumped out of the brush on you. Might as well try to save them. How we looking over here? How we doing? Yeah, how we feeling? Yeah. I don't think my orange plan is going to work. I think what my issue was is I was trying really hard to do something that I often do in my oil pastels, where I could sit here and really grind in the paint and make it all work. But I wasn't respecting the medium at hand. Let's get this little guy in here. Oh, we got a bunch more paint, so yeah, let's just keep on like fading this out a little bit more. Get a little dark. Work out the major part of the paint. And we're just going to do that quasi dry wet brush technique thing. We're going to loop, swirl, pull. We're going to check, chat, Rafa. Everyone's a winner, baby. That's true. That's true. So I think we established that my best going forward is to start back here, really apply the paint, and then work my way back. And then keep on working back. Then we're going to get these nice little shades and gradations and fun layering effects, but I don't want the canvas to show through exactly because that'll take people out. Okay. We got some more red over here. Let's just try this one more time. Over this way. We start off back. We really put the paint on there. And then we come back in and we just let it fade. Soak up the color underneath. Blend it into these other guys. We swirl. We pray. We hope to God we don't embarrass ourselves in front of all of our internet friends, even though we do it all the time via chat. Now we're just doing it face to face. Sometimes talking to yourself, telling yourself a story, a joke, singing the song takes you out of your head just enough to not really give a shit and just let the paint flow. As Joe, Tulipy, and a few other people have been telling me over the last couple of days as I've been asking questions, getting feelings and thoughts on some things. All right, we got a little bit more red. What's the ultimate idea? Because you've contrasted from ice to intense fire. No idea, brother. We're just feeling it out. We're just looking and seeing what we've done, and we're just kind of going from there. I do have a lot of college background in art, marketing, graphic design, public relations. In fact, that's what my degree is in, is public relations. So there are certain things that you could do. Let's just say we wanted to be evil. We wanted to be corporate, right? There are certain things you can pre-establish into it. So if this was a graphic design, doing a flyer for a band, you would get 5 whole things and a minimum of 20 words spread out about this. So that way, oh, look at that. Look at that. The brightness really draws your eye in. And then as you pull back and you see and your eye dances and plays. In fact, let's bring it in for the real thing. Let's let the kids at home, let's let the class. Oh man, brushes and things everywhere. Let's let the class really see what we've done here. Do you realize what you've done? Right? Well, first off, we painted over another painting. Ha. And we really just laid in, we let the white that we painted underneath. I have my really thick spot. We went over some yellow using a 1 inch brush. We did this with yellow ochre. And we started playing with alizarin crimson. We let certain parts be dark. We let certain parts fade out. We let certain just things were happening. Now, an interesting thing is right here where this is yellow ochre and then this is red. So I've painted something on the same field. So if I do grab the yellow ochre, which I could, I should come back and fill this in and maybe kill this right here. Or I should grab the red and go over here. Or I could leave it or something. There's actually something fun happening right here where it balanced both. Then this is up here. I don't know. Is it escaping? Is it blending? Is it flowing? Is it working? Wow, that's you're very what is it, Valhalla about it. But let's just do a little coffee and contemplation time. We actually painted for 10 minutes there. Yeah, let's just take a moment. Rafa's got a valid question. What are we doing now? Normally, as you feel it. It's important to maybe have an idea of what comes next. So I'm actually down here now, Rafa. All of this white is going away. We will not have it white. The question is, I always like to make purple work. We tried purple down here on the last one, and that kind of more looked like rocks or faraway island cliff shelf things than it did clouds. They were in cloud shape. You look at them, it's there. But the way they were living, in my mind, pushed it more, less cloud, more of it to this. Now, I'm happy with that because then it's like, okay, is it this? Is it that? How much do you want to look? What do you want to see? Uh, so purple maybe. I could always do the phthalo, excuse me, the Prussian blue, and then maybe I can get some purples going on in here. But that feels also like a similar problem that I had here, where I was like, yeah, we can do the two. I can just take that color outside. Now we got a little bit of that right here. And that's kind of cool because then that gives this guy way up here a little bit more darkness. And it looks like we've carved a little, well, let's see if I can do it here. Carved a little thing all the way back here. Like we've gotten depth. But now we got to bring it on home. We got to finish it. I'm not sure if I'm going to do trees on this one. My original idea was seascape. My original idea was seascape. Seascape. Camera one, camera two, camera one, camera two. Now we can already tell, yeah, there's some depth back here, but this is all kind of muddled. And yeah, there's some cloud-like shapes in there, which is why I didn't want to do it on this anymore. I wanted to let this just be what it's going to be. And I wanted to make this and really try out these thoughts and these ideas on a freer, a less tight environment. The environment is always not free with me. It's like, oh, good. What are you doing? Make it pretty, make it spectacular. Get those oohs and those ahs. Right? The seascape was finalized. Well, we didn't finalize it. On this one, Rafa, so we did 3.5 hours to get to this point. So we've got to come in here with some little green. Get the pointer. I want the knife. We got to bring these little green guys up with some little spindly fine wire brushes. We've got to make this white. I want to come back here and darken this part up and darken this part up. We've got to add in highlights of brownness. We've got to make this splash. We've also got to fill in the white foamy part of this. We've got to make the beach. We've got to then create the water line up here like this. Then we've got to make more beach, sandy dune, some plants, maybe add more to this rock. and make sure our C can't fall in because right now it just looks like it's ready to go. Like what a rock. And on top of that, we've also got this rock over here to highlight and do some things with is our foremost ground. So Tuesday, tune in. We're gonna finish it. And then once that's done, if there's time, we'll go back to the original one, Linda's paintings, I'm calling it, with that beautiful yellow reflective sun there, and maybe we can make it work because I like this more, even more than I like this one. Right, this one's fun. We've got the little depth. We got the little depth up in here, and the clouds are okay, and it's fine. But ultimately, trying to think of where the light is going and what it's touching. This feels like this shouldn't be bright at all. This feels like it should be muted like this. Uh, uh, uh. But I want to gift this to somebody. And the important thing is when you say you're going to gift somebody a painting, finish the painting and gift it to them. That's the trick, man. So, right. The camera kind of doesn't do it justice. Put some pink in those yellow clouds. So Rafa, the only issue with that is they wanted yellow. They wanted a yellow sky. Now this was another option. It's got yellow in it, but with this red and everything else, would you call it yellow? But with this one, I feel like you can call it yellow. Yellow, right? So because I wanted to paint for effect. Most people are just honored to get a gift of art. Like it's a real stone cold bastard that won't. Oh my God, I will not take your art. You know, they might throw it away later and be like that, but like bold and brash in your face like that, rarely. So I was like, yeah, let me paint Essex for you. That's where she's from. She's now in Jersey, so it's like cool. The idea that I had in my head for Linda was that we would have she has a little breakfast nook. She's got her coffee. She's got her toast before she's got to go do her day and everything else. She's just looking at that painting, going, "Cool. It's yellow. It feels warm. It's awesome. Maybe it's raining slightly outside. Maybe she's feeling under the weather." But looking at that painting takes Linda out of that for a moment. She gets that bit of joy, just that little sandy grain, a joy that life can sometimes bring out in us, and that's the effect that I want. So yellow was the color. I proposed Essex, and then in a Google search, I found Discovery Coast, and I was like, okay, that's in my wheelhouse to paint. I feel comfortable enough to paint. A lot of people asking me to paint Pokemon. I wanna. You guys love the Pokemon. I wanna. I'm not there yet. If you stick around long enough, you guys help me out. We'll do it. We'll have a let's learn some line drawing. What is the shape of a Venusaur? What is the shape of a Lopunny? What is the shape of Eternus? What is this look like? Is it have this paint scale? Is it a Lowen? Is it an EX? Is it a GX? Is it a Mega? Ha, 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 ha. There's a lot to it, and mostly right now I want to focus getting my original strengths back, and then that way I can throw in something new when this stuff starts getting boring and complacent and Xeroxy. You know, where I'm just turning out the same painting over and over and over and over and over again. Cool. Sprinkling some Pokemon, throwing a Charizard. Ah, I could paint a Cheeto Charizard. That's just a basic shape, you know. Little Cheetozard love, you know, 100K Cheetozard. Um, you're waiting for the monochromatic pink painting. That's funny you say that, Deli, because I also want to start doing monochromatic paintings again. If you go back 3 lives, there is a black and white painting that I do, just a hint of blue in the sky, just to give it flavor of it. But there's something special about that. So monochromatic pink painting. Now the easiest way, Deli, to do that is a bright center here, and then I just are we talking all pink or do we want like purple on the outside? You know, what kind of monochromatic pink are we doing? Because monochromatic in itself is light and a dark tone. Black and white is usually what happens. So then it would be purple and pink, red and pink, or truly one color where we just faded out. There are a lot of specific terms to this, but if you got an idea in your head or you've seen something, so basically, what it would be a nice little bright circle. We would do all of the pinks and everything else, and then depending on whether it was purple or not, maybe we put a big ass tree in it with all these details, and we make purple leaves on it. And then that purple tree is just gonna right off the canvas, but then we got all that smooth texture, so that way your eye could bounce around and you can have some fun with it. You could look at it and get meditative with it, zen, and feel a certain way again. It's there's some options in there. All right, hey Rafa, paint on, brother. Always a joy to see you in any chat, but it's a true pleasure to have you here in this chat with me. So yeah, paint on, brother. Do the damn thing. If you feel like sharing, let me know. Discord mess me, throw it on Kev's artist appreciation, wherever Kev lets that appropriate nature go. We'll just go from there. Um, okay, let's just finish our color theory thing here, and then I think we'll call it a live because I don't know how long I've been live. Oh no, I'm not doing that. I'm not. I'm not. Oh, okay. We're in about 2 hours. Okay. Not doing the whole Discord thing. I'm piggybacking off of the successes of others. I always get by through the kindness of strangers and their legally appropriate avenues. But um, Instagram is also another option for you. And then from there, we can do other things that make you feel more secure, or however you want to do it. Email, whatever, whatever. But yeah, yeah, yeah. Just any old Discord. Ebony, the Orange Circle Raiders Discord, Nerd Chase, insert any Discord in their channels, or just a direct message with me, or Instagram direct message. And if that still doesn't work, we'll have a 2-person consecutive sack race for my email and my phone number. All right, let us figure out some things. Now, my results might not be doubled because I did paint the canvas white. Hmm. Hmm. So maybe that's also another thing. Cool, Rafa. But like I said, brother, paint on, brother. Thank you for letting me know that I lit a fire under your ass, and you're like, ah, man, seeing this guy paint, like, I wish you would do this or that. You don't necessarily mean it like that, but that's more of a feeling. Feelings lead to actions. Actions lead to results. So happy to spurn you a feeling to be like, I got to get some paint on a brush. Let's do this. That's amazing, dude. So cool. Very, very, very cool. Okay. What are we doing, kids? I think since I'm always leaning toward, now we've got two of my favorite colors. I think since I'm always leaning towards using the Prussian blue, let's use the Prussian blue. We'll try a similar concept of dry brushing out and trying to get some feelings and things. We're testing. Why don't we test? It's not going to get any worse than the previous ones. It can truly only get better. But to get better, we got to put the paint on the canvas. We got to try. Sorry, sweetie. I know you were all excited about doing nothing, but it's work time. So I'm using my same dirty brush. Bring it in for the real thing. Get the pointer and the other guy out of the way. Bring it in for the real thing. Real thing's way back there. Again, we're just pulling and stabbing. Pulling and stabbing. Want to try for that dry brush effect. So I am kind of going back and painting the palette a little bit. I'm hoping to take off some of that extra paint and make it a little bit more of the technique and effect that I'm trying for. So once again, we're going to start off low, dabble. All right, dark, 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 light. Okay, let's go up here about here-ish. Let's just put some things in here. Let's just see how it all works. Either paint it red again, paint it more blue, a little more purple in there. Shit, maybe we leave the white underneath here like this. We swirl it around, get more of that dry brushy thing going, so it feels a little more perp. Need to see how it goes. Unlike Pokemon, seeing how it goes doesn't take you $10 a pack and get you all messed up. Alrighty, that feels dark. So maybe just going into what I'd already pulled out and painted with, I go right back into it. We try over here. We see if dancing and playing with some lighter values and hues, these are art terms. Insert your own language here as you see fit. And then you press real hard and swirl it. Do the things. I could release some of those bad brush strokes and we can make some magic happen. Let's see how it looks on camera. Looks pretty fucking black. Yeah, so maybe that's not the approach. We're going to leave these on the side, but we're going to paint over here. We're just going to see what happens. Maybe it works. Maybe it doesn't. We'd like to hope that it works. First try, nail it out of the park. Whiz kid, Wunderkind. You know what they were doing the whole time? And look at it. Yeah, it'd be nice. You know something? It is kind of nice, but it's rare. Hopefully those people aren't dicks about it. Things can be cool. Yeah, maybe just a lighted touch. This blue. A little bit more of that. Dirty that up down there. Okay, that feels sort of right. Okay. Well, we got to do something here. We got to do something. We got to do something. And probably what's going to end up happening here is we're going to feel pretty good about it. And then we're just going to take this dark line here. Because right now we can see this, but this is dark. We're going to have to try to match that or scrub the shit out of it while it's still somewhat wet and on the brush. Try to blend that in, and then maybe add in a little other paint. A little more paint. Yep, there's that ugly mountain showing its head again. Mountain Lagoon! We said no. And then again, maybe because this is all light and white down here, it's making this look a little darker. Maybe. And we got some fun little pink white stuff happening here. Let's just throw a little jibber jabber of some paint, cover that up. Really working in the bristles. That's what happens when you use the knife. The knife tends to leave its markings there. Or maybe we leave this dark line here and we just keep on rolling with the blue. See what happens with it. If I had the answer, I would just do it. I don't have the answer, and I'm struggling to find the answer, and people aren't really in the same kind of boat as me right now. They're in their own boats, different boats, little boats, specific poke boats. So when in doubt, and it's all frustrating, and you're all alone, make your own magic, man. Give it a shot. See how you do, see how you feel. Build off your successes to cut yourself some slack for what you perceive as a mistake. I guarantee you it's just your perception. Rafa was in here talking all kinds of Final Fantasy VII and very, very Nordic terminology. I shall fight with you until the end of Valhalla. And I'm like, okay. Thankfully, I sort of understood what he was trying to get at, but I'm like, in spite of the beard, bro, Just going in layer after layer. We're just going to fill in the rest of this white. We're going to look at the results. We'll have a quick coffee and contemplation. We'll see if I can't figure something else out in the meantime. And I will call this one alive. They're the zeros because this is unscheduled, this is unprompted, this is pop-up. This is just off menu, off book. We don't want the federales, the fuzz to know. So we're just going to call this one a 0. And it piggybacks off of Friday. As the wonderful Pokeballer Alice in Wonderland on YouTube was saying. Just if you're only painting when you go live, well, you don't schedule your painting. You feel like painting. If you feel like painting, then just go live. Is it midnight? Whatever. It's going to be on there. We'll figure it out. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, we'll see. All right. We'll see what way. All right. I'm just getting a butt ton of paint here. I'm just going to keep coming down, scrubbing it in. Flibberty, gibberty, dibberty. See, maybe that dark purple underneath with this light will look good. We'll find out here in a minute. But right now, definitely want to just keep on putting this paint on in layers and clumps of light and dark. We really just want to work the paint, work the brush, work the canvas, and try to figure out what technique, what application is going to work for the general idea that we're feeling and or the idea of the results. Nothing is perfect ever. So don't be perfect. Maybe just be imperfect. Perfectly imperfect. Yay. Or what the hell ever you want to be. You don't want to call yourself anything, don't call yourself nothing. You don't want to listen to me? Yeah, turn it off. You want to take the time to tell me to shut up or something? Fine, I guess. But I better know you. Otherwise you will be gone because that might disrupt the show. My only thing my mods do here is keep me from disrupting the show and keep strangers from disrupting the show. But I am bringing a lot of disparate groups together. So some people know some people know some other people. Some people are just straight out of the wild blue yonder. And that's okay. Okay. That's why I'm wondering if I do a phthalo blow on top of this. See, I keep trying to find complementary colors to shape and highlight. And so far, it hasn't worked out. But maybe I'm just doing the wrong colors. Maybe I need to do more color theory practice. Look at like the fact that I never use ultramarine, but when you're mixing paint, ultramarine is like one of your best ones to brighten up and make the paint that you're mixing more organic, more dynamic, less static. I want to say dead or unlively or something fun like that. It's like, that doesn't feel right. Just less lively, or maybe not the tone, hue, color, shape, form that I'm hoping it will be. Maybe if I paint like it's underneath, well, maybe if I paint with some paint, then I'll be painting. But maybe if I paint underneath and really spread this sucker out, maybe I can get some other results that we'll test out. Ooh, got some grain on there. Went out grain on it. All right, let's just continue to finish this sucker up. Twirly, whirly, burly, blue, blue. Dippity. Closing time. Finish off the canvas so we can have some dinner with the wife. All right. I'm already home, so I already know who's taking me home because I'm home. That's kind of how that works. Okay, a lot of paint here. A lot of swirling, a lot of twirling, a lot of glurling. And we just come over and wipe out those brush strokes. Who knows? Maybe the light's escaping back, but color back here is really escaping through. I don't know. Sounds good? Sure. Was it my intention? Absolutely not. But maybe I'll get there. All right, we just darken that up, bring it on down. Let this. Let this all settle in. All right, we got just enough paint to finish this off. Maybe establish ourselves a nice little not boring as shit skyline. And we got something else we can work with. But before we do all that, let's make sure we got some of these spots painted. Because the old painting is trying to show from on tonight. And I don't exactly want that. Plus, there seems to be this ridgy thing going here, so I want to add in a little extra down here. Kind of tap that away and break up some of those lines where the paint has collected and darkened. A little bit more over here. Yeah, we're just going to come back in. A lot of paint that we don't have. Just breaking up some of those other lines that are in there. Maybe some swirls, some quirls, some what have yous. Yep, I'm just going to float straight across. So fast, so furious. We got some paint lines. And there's no paint on that brush left at all. We just kind of go over. And okay, we've used one brush the whole time. Look at that. We got one in the drink. Okay. A little bit of coffee contemplation time now that my palette is cleared of paint as well. But while I've still got a little tiny brush, I do want to go back and fix this little oopsies of green here. Green? No, because I still have enough yellow underneath. Where it didn't dry yet. It just cocooned. Pull it out. We're going to touch wet paint like a dumbass. Okay, I'm just going to go back over. Fill that bad boy back in. And then we'll have to go over it again with yellow ochre. But that's just fine. I just want to make sure that even though my mistake was here, that I don't pollute the color and be like, oh, green, no, my worst enemy. Yeah, in this particular case it was, but that's why we fix it. Why do we fall down, Mr. Wayne? To get back up. Well, since I am playing with this yellow color, maybe we can bring this out. Let me just break this guy up a little bit too. Maybe the problem is I should be using the yellow all along and doing it yellow. maybe a blender little bounce thing. Let's give it a shot here. We already got it on the brush, already established. We're just kind of figuring shit out. What's this like? Hmm. It is an interesting thing. Let's try this up here like this. Think cloud, but in reverse. Let it really fade out. I'll take a look and judge the shit out of it. I mean, it's feeling good. Feels good. Feels good. Please insert Gorilla song here. That's not sung by me. Just fade it out and let it get a little less bright. We just bring it in like this. Well, oh golly. Maybe Pokey Lawyer Dave was correct. Maybe he is, well, he is a great litigator and a fun collector. Only fault he's got is his sports team. I don't give a fuck about sports, but it's fun to mess with people who have sports feelings. And then they find out and they're like, what? What? You don't even like the sports? No, man. I like you. Feel like it's fun to get your blood pumping a little bit while raising. So hopefully I don't cross no goddamn lines. We're not friends no more. You know, I just got just a little bit of paint. Just get a little wispy going there. Whoop. Or you just totally blot it out like that. Now, the problem I'm having with this is now I got this ridge here because I got this bright bastard coming up here, but what am I doing down here? Well, let's do it like this. Just run and wisp. Dance cares away. Worries for another day. Down a Fraggle Rock. Down a Fraggle Rock. Okay. Now, I wonder if it's dry enough. I wonder what it's going to look like when I put it on this big bastard right here. I wonder, who put the yellow on the blue. So the translucent nature of the yellow is going to like lend itself to some greens. Yeah, that looks like shit. I don't know. Maybe you like it and that's cool. But for what my intent is going through here, this is not it. Got all that paint off there. Yeah. So what do we do? Oh, what are we gonna do, Will? We're gonna grab out some alizarin crimson here. We're gonna erase from existence. Just a dab. Just a little dabber to doer. We're gonna coffee and contemplate, and then we'll probably call it a wrap here. Feels like I dibble dabbled enough. Once again, there are many YouTubers that we all love and do things with. So, make sure you make time for them. Hell, just stopping in and saying hi. Yo, what's up, man? I got some other shit going on, but you're here, and I just wanted to say I see you. Thanks for being here. How's your ma? Be all Mark Wahlberg about it. Maybe red would be enough. With that yellow underneath, it's a little rough. I'm gonna grab a wad of paint to get rid of this. That yellow underneath is also wanting to stand out. Stand out above the crowd. Never gonna need words to goofy movie. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Some of you are like, yeah, stand out. Let's just keep trying some stuff. Maybe because the yellow worked so well on the outer ring, maybe red is the answer. Maybe red's the key. We're not exactly using the right brush for this neither, but maybe that's the thing. Maybe the right brush that I thought should be used wasn't not the right one. I needed to use something else because it would be better and easier. Maybe tonality here. Maybe alizarin crimson isn't the color that I need. I need to use permanent red, or I need to mix and blend and do some other things. But the only way I'm gonna know, I actually put the shit on the canvas. Wait, you mean you have to see it to believe it? You are correct. Got to see it to believe it. Got to give them something to believe in. All right, we're just gonna come in here, swirl. Just leave a nice little actual red block. Swirl out the paint to get us that nice little whoosh effect. And I'm just gonna keep on swirling paint. I know what to do. 'Cause I know what I'm living for. All right, that's pretty okay. Let's do some more dippers. Maybe using two brushes might help. If I go along this line, I grab out my nice little guy and I dry brush this down, fade it away, pull it one way. And we just kind of do a second layer underneath that with all the paint we have left, making it super bright right there just to see some tonality. Okay, let's pull it in. Deli, lady never asks and a gentleman never tells. But yes, you are 1,000% correct. I am my own entertainment. Years and years of the military, just being like surrounded by four walls. Gotta kind of talk to yourself. Gotta do stuff. Let's just see how this looks if we use the 1-inch brush really quickly on it. And we mix it down. Kind of how I run chat too, or my conversations in chat. I'm like, yeah, oh, you said something. Sparkle, magic. Let's go. I'm just going ham with the rest of this alizarin crimson because it would be a shame to waste more paint. And I kind of feeling good about it, just sort of peeking out of my eye what's on the screen and what we've done. And maybe, just maybe, you stumble into one of those happy accidents certain other painters like to talk about. Well, shit, we just kept going and we worked it in the right way, and shaklaki, here we are. Lots of twirling, lots of just galder. All right, now this is still a little brighter than I want. So I was trying to get it all done. Oh yeah, totally my chaos in chat. Throwing out a random lyric Somebody wasn't even talking about anything, and all of a sudden, Jiminy Cricket pops in my brain. Shrek, it's a song. Now we're in Pinocchio land, or I'm singing the song. When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. 'Cause when you wish upon a star, your dreams come true. Now, I believe you with this of me. If I'm singing in chat, if I'm posting lyrics in chat, I'm singing in real life. Right? Bittersweet memories. That is all I'm taking with me. And I will always love you. Yes, I will always love you. Other fun one from that one is I have nothing, nothing. If I oh no, now I'm thinking of 8 keys. All right, I'm getting excited. I'm getting ahead of myself. That was fun. White guy singing Whitney. Ebony coming in here. Don't ever fucking do that again. Banned in my chat. You do that shit again, right? Wouldn't that be funny? Theater kid. No, I was not cool enough to even be a theater kid. I was just hanging out, playing games, and watching movies. I was a movie kid. Give me the cable. Give me the funness that is. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. Let me just get a little dry brush action here. We'll just kind of lightly come in here. Give this our next little top layer. Paint. We'll just blend this sucker back in. A little bit more here. Yeah, a little bright sucker, a little jigger. We just flick it, pull it back. Pull some of that off there. Watching what the bristles do. Maybe rotating and flowing down. Of course, once again, kiddos, as you can see, if I would have worked downward, I'd have a lot more interesting layers like we already did. But hey, we're winging it here, man. I'm doing my best. Deli, I'm jealous. Jealous of your theater kid status. I would like to say that it shows in your layouts and things, but that's not exactly theater kid action. That's just you being you. You have an eye for things. You're a cool person, and you're out there trying your best, and your best is pretty fucking good, artistically speaking. I have to know more about you to render more judgment, but that's neither here nor there. And I'm taking a compliment and being like, "Shut up, guy! Shut up." Go in here and do some under swoopage. Some other little bright thingies up top. This is the last bit of paint that we got. Maybe, just maybe, through a series of trial and error, stumbling ass backwards into fun things, maybe we got ourselves something that's not a tester, but something that's like, okay, what can we do? What are we going to do with this now? So a little coffee and contemplation as I dunk the brush. We remove the palette. We grab a soap pop. Nice can of soap pop. And we flash this towards you. And we feel if these darks are actually dark enough, the brights, the highlights are not highlighty enough, or what it feels like when I actually bring you in. Yeah, definitely need to use a different yellow. But for the camera, it's looking pretty darn good. Get you set up here. angle it a little bit better. In fact, what I need to do is bring this back, heighten it like this. And I need to bring you forwards. That way I can utilize the light and what we were done. We can actually kind of see, because it'd be nice to see. And I'm going to keep my indulgences off camera because that's funny. Right? I'm not going to lie. It feels kind of cool. Yeah, the yellows. Whoops. Oh, so much for keeping the indulgences off camera. Okay, let's just get more of the pink in here. Now, Prussian blue on alizarin crimson is not really going to show up on camera, but maybe these light. Okay, we got a little bit more. You can see some of it over here. Some of it over here. Where's my fingies? Wow, you can't even see over there. How about we get you all the way in there? How about that? Okay, yeah. Now do we see fingies? Fingy? Okay, cool. We go in here. We go light. Okay, yeah. Now you can see some of the reds and stuff in there. This is looking like a firecracker spot, if I do say so myself. You know what's funny? I could probably paint that yellow over and I'd be much more happy. Because up here, we got these pinks. I'll find this going. Let me get my knife. Let me get my pointer. I hope I just didn't fuck the light for it. Okay, but no, we're good. And we can grab chat and actually hold it in our hand while we talk. Right? I mean, maybe if we throw some trees in here or something like that, we have a meteor shooting this way, blowing up. I don't know. But yeah, we have a lot of dark violet reds, light little pinks, and we've got our little guider lines here. And the fact that we painted underneath up here and on top, well, not so much down here. And then of course this is that yellow with the yellow underneath with the alizarin crimson on top, which ultimately changed its value. And then right here, so of course we've got our deep dark purple clouds. So then maybe while it was wet, maybe I wanted to add in yellow ochre. I still want to use more yellow ochre. Like I love this in the background here. I love it so much. It's just one of those fun things. So I think I've had you for about 2.5 hours. I've had food that's like an hour and a half cold. I'm going after my boss, Nerd Chase. Put that back there. But I feel a little bit more confident now about my ability to blend out here. So starting off, more dry brushing technique, maybe some other fun things. But hey, I feel better about it than I felt about this guy that I signed. So, maybe this it's an early morning thing. Maybe this is a C set. I'm not going to worry too much about that. This was just a color theory exercise. And hey, Deli, that's high praise. Oh, wait, hold on. That's high praise. So yeah, let's just set you up where where I've got your home, little homes, little painting nooks. Bring this angle. We'll do things we shouldn't have done. Yay! Mistakes continue, keep on happening. We'll slide this into frame like this. And yeah, I mean, even with the underneath painting, yeah, we could probably see some trees going in here just like this, but we really kind of brighten those suckers up. What do you need, Deli? What's this long please about? You guide me. Yeah. And I'm definitely thinking my cloud formations, these little tippy guys aren't working. These guys feel a little better, like stringy little bean things. Oh, you're just please. Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, I love that. Appreciate it. Sorry, once again, I got my own ass. Deli was being cool. Well, Deli, you did some mod shit. Here you go. I shall make you managing. That way, some other dickhead mod comes in here and tries to derail my show. You can get him too. And besides, you look good in blue, girl. So this is very nice. But yeah, as a mod, my rule is save the show from me. Actually, you know, looking at this, there's some fun little colors here. So maybe I got the power. I have too many '90s hip hop songs stuck in my head. I blame Hudson Hawk. But yeah, maybe we. Well, that's definitely okay. So that's a glare from the light striking straight down, but you can kind of see where it's like, yeah, maybe a white, maybe more of a creamy pastel color. Come back down here and do this and really let this part shine. This stays dark. I got the power. Oh man, what's the other one? Gonna make you sweat, sweat. Gonna move until you lose control. Right? Ah, I do not have the voice for that shit. I can steal white lady songs all the live long day. But when I start fucking with that black magic, oh no, my whole soul is in revolt. I tried doing Milkshake. This was like 3 years back. Milkshake from Khalees. My milkshake brings all the boys to the damn right. It's better than yours, damn right. Yeah, I could sell it if I had to charge. Stop, stop. Delay as a mod, you would be like, no, no Khalees for you, bro. My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack. I'm like, maybe I'm not gangster enough for that one either, so that might be another problem. But yeah, I got all these songs and weird things just stuck in my head, movies, quotes. Just it's never what you are like, and if you are like a dick, probably not a good thing. You can change it, but it's never what you are like. It's what you do like. If you can get on the same page with people in a negative way, oh no, that person sucks. This thing sucks. This is the reason why it sucks. It's not very entertaining. It's not very fun. That sort of thing. Now you're talking, man. I'm like, ooh, look at this little guy. This little guy's doing some work here. And this little guy's trying to clown his shine. So maybe he needs to be a little sparkled up. And we get here like that. These are the fun parts about golden a light lavender. I got an actual metallic gold. I was gonna end it, Deli. I was gonna end it. And you had to come in here and do the shit that I was asking everybody to do. How dare you listen and follow through, Deli? How dare you? If it takes me my whole life to get even with you for this, I will do it. All right, so the metallic gold. There's not a lot here, so we're not going to be able to replicate the results until I get more paint. But we're here, we're trying it now. Deli, light lavender is definitely kind of a go. Do I have one? I can make one. I'm gonna pause on the light, but let's just see if we can put the gold here, and let's just see what happens with it. All right, we're just gonna spits out enough gold to maybe make some magic happen. Because Deli saw something, said something, got me off my happy ass, and said, "Yeah." No, that's not gonna work for that brush. No. We've been using the 1 inch all day. Let's do it. Okay, down here, I got the gold. Because everything, oh no, ain't gonna be gold, yeah. I'll be fine once I get it, yeah. I'll be great. Because I'm on the pursuit of happiness, and I know everything that shines ain't always gonna be gold, hey. I'll be fine once I get it, yeah. Doom, 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 doom. Bit, little bit. Come back out here and just kind of soften and play those edges. We're gonna go right back into the paint. We're We're gonna come back and we're just gonna use it and go. Really let that gold sparkle right up on top. Oh, that fucker's bright. If we overpower this guy, we take him over the top. We flip our caps back and we do a little deal. Okay. Let's try down underneath. Let's see if we can't get a little gold magic. 24 karat magic in the air. Maybe if we go real light with it, help blend it down. Maybe gold doesn't need to be right here. Maybe gold needs to be down here. Maybe lavender was the way to go, and Dele was right once again, as always. Yeah. Y'all should have listened to the black lady. It's the goddamn truth. My wife's been saying it for 13 goddamn years. 14, 15, whatever. Just gonna let this play and dance and sing. But what about the gold on the red? We've got this little guy up here, but maybe a little delicateness. Or some actual roughhousing. We get the color on the goddamn canvas. Maybe. But Dele, you're right. Gold's in the zone, but it doesn't quite. Just not sure. But since we already got this guy going, let's just keep going. Show you guys some of the little layer and depth tricks. Like that. Think about the light. Let's keep on setting her back. Give a little more shape, a little more flow, a little more glow. No, it's about to commit a sin. It's about to put too much color. I want it to be soft and subtle and diffused. All right, neat little way to do 3 little bangers there. If we come up here, do this little guy too. Maybe he just kind of lives up here with these buddies. Goes right around and around. Do this, and we kind of the last little bit here. Last little bit here. Ooh. Thinking dry brush is the way to go, kiddos. Oh, we're here. Why not? Yo, dude. Thanks, Sinistar. You're back again. Just dry. Yeah. Sorry, as a gentleman, I find dry rather difficult. I'm like, nah, no. Let's see here. We're just gonna dump out some of this here purple and teensy bits of the white because we already got a lot of dark color in here. We want to see if Dele is in fact correct, which she probably is. And we'll just go from there. Put up a little lavender, a little purple. Oh, it is a cobalt violet hue. Okay, we're gonna keep it on the darker end, but on the brighter end. See, lighter, darker. And let's just see if Barry's gonna work it out here, or lavender, whatever the fuck we're calling this one. Let's just try it up here. Let's just get in there. Because we have it marbled, we have white in there too. So maybe it'll make its own fucking highlights. A little wisps. Some guys. Grab out my little dryer brush here. Just 3 hairs and some hairs and beat the shit out of it and let it blend back. Why not? Okay. Back into that darker color here. Just gonna proceed to go around. Now I'm chiseled. And we're back into that brighter color, but that's fine. Let's let that white sing and play. Dancing some shapes here. Hi, lovely.
Hey, I ordered food and it's here.
Okay,
And
I'm almost done.
they're fries.
I know. Thank you for thinking of the freshness of my fries.
I just thought I should tell you.
I know. The people love you too. I'll be out directly.
Okay.
Closing time. Maybe a little darker would have worked. Some areas. Grab some of that gold. Maybe if we just go for broke. Bear in some smaller ones down here. Wispy. More paint. Maybe a little fuzzier. We'll find out up here. Hmm. Hey, dude. Way to stay on task and get ahead of the game. That discipline and self-control stuff is always just fun and amazing. Um, yeah, I got hot fries here, guys. So, and by guys, I mean Dele. I'm gonna run away. I'm gonna escape. I'm gonna do something else. I feel pretty good about the paintings. I'm very happy the people that showed. Very happy I can get some feedback from Dele and a bunch of you. And Cara Bobera just fucking rolling in hot, like, bitch, shut up, and alive and go eat. So I'm gonna call this in here a success. And then before we started playing with some color just to find out, it was pretty good. This little guy right here, that slight gold, real nice. So we didn't quite land the assignment, but we learned a lot, and that's something. So, guys, stay tuned, do the things. I don't think I'm going to paint again until Tuesday, but I at least feel a little bit better about what I'm going to do on Tuesday. Just to give you a heads up, we'll be working on the C for this one. Oh, Jesus. We're going to be working on the C for this one. Come on. Hands work. Okay, we'll be working on the C for this one. We'll try to touch up this guy a little bit more, and then we'll see if we can't block this sucker in, do the white seascape, block in the next higher plane, do the lighthouse, and I don't know, maybe sign that sucker. But before we do that on Tuesday, we will also be finishing off this little guy. First and foremost, right out the gate, this is the one we're doing first. If there's time or whatever, we'll do that Linda yellow paint. But what I want to do is work down here, maybe slightly fix up some of this. And now that we've practiced on the sky, I'm still going to leave this alone, but I'm still thinking about it. So, folks, think about your art, think about your life, think about what you're doing. Enjoy what you're doing. If something brings you grief or something else, change it. Take a look in the mirror and say, hey, I'm going to commit to the change that I want to see. Because I'm looking at the man in the mirror, and I'm asking him to change his ways. But with that being said, good night, Neverland.